Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us here today. My name is Norm DePasquale, and I'm running to be your next MP for Spadina Harbourfront. I would like to begin by acknowledging the land we're standing on today is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. I also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. As we gather, it's important to recognize that reconciliation must be more than words. It must be action. New Democrats believe in working in true partnership with Indigenous communities to build a future where every generation can thrive. And now I'd like to acknowledge the amazing candidates with us here today from across the GTA, across Toronto. Why don't you give us a wave, everybody? Amazing. I'd also like to acknowledge the elected representatives that are here with us today, as well as the labor leaders that are here with us today. Thank you for coming out. We're here today because we know what's at stake in this election. It's not just about who holds power. It's about who will protect what matters most: our healthcare, our homes, our jobs, and our communities. We have spoken to tens of thousands of Spadina Harbourfront voters who have told us they want us to keep healthcare public and fight against the creeping privatization of our healthcare. How many voters have we all spoken to? I'd say over 100,000, right? You've told us that the rent is too damn high. Getting your rent jacked up by huge amounts year over year is making it hard for you to stay in the neighborhood where you want to live. You want someone to stand up and fight for your fellow renters. You're worried about your job in the face of Trump's reckless tariffs and want to ensure someone in the government is going to ensure that you're taken care of as conditions change through this tariff war. We will be there for you. I am here to tell you that I will fight for you along with my NDP colleagues in the House of Commons. Elect us and we will fight for you. Sounds good. So we've proven that when you elect New Democrats to Ottawa, you get real results. Dental care, free birth control, safer workplaces, anti-scab legislation, all of it was delivered because people voted NDP. We're not just making promises, we're setting the terms, and we won't back down from this fight because it matters too much. We can't win this fight alone, though. We need you to volunteer. Please see a member of our team with clipboards to sign up and volunteer and help grow this movement. They also have clipboards for the debate night watch party at Maverick Brewing Co. this Thursday. And now it's my honor to introduce someone who understands what it means to fight for a better Canada. Mike Layton has dedicated his life to building strong, inclusive communities, following the inspiring legacy of his father, Jack Layton. Please join me in welcoming Mike Layton.
Well, thank you very much, Norm. And I am honored to stand here with these candidates who are put their name forward and running for the NDP in this coming election. Let's hear it for the candidates. I've just got to say, while I'm not a candidate in this election, I know what some of the things that you're hearing out on the doorstep. One thing rings true time and time again. Why do politicians show up at election time, but not during the elections? And I got to tell you, I know many of these candidates. I know Norm. We have fought together for our community, for a better community, for a more inclusive community, for a greener community. And there are many more like them in this bunch, not showing up just during election times because it's convenient or because they want something from the electorate. They're showing up because they care. because they fight for their communities. They do exactly what we need for them to do in Ottawa every day in this community, and that's why I'm proud to stand here today with them. And you know, as Norm pointed out, and this doesn't just go back in this last term of office, in this last term of Parliament, this goes back decades that the NDP have consistently punched above their weight and managed to use the power they have to advance key policies that make life better for Canadians. And that is why we need to send as many New Democrat MPs to Ottawa to continue that fight, to hold the government accountable for the direction it's going in, and not let us backslide on some of the important commitments that Canada has made, not only to the people of Canada, but also to the world. We know what New Democrats will do when they get elected. They will go and fight for us. And that's why I'm very proud to be standing here with all of these great candidates that are ready to fight for us in Ottawa. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mike, for those powerful words and everything you do to make our community stronger. Now it's my honor to introduce someone who has always fought to make life better for working and middle-class families, the leader of Canada's New Democrats, Jagmeet Singh.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Make some noise for Mike Layton. And make some noise for our candidate, Norm Di Pasquale. Woo! It's great to see you all here today. How y'all feeling? Okay, good to hear. It's amazing to be here. Thanks for the really warm Toronto welcome. Thanks for all the energy. Because people need that energy. Right now, there's a tough time for a lot of Canadians. People are looking at the chaos and the turmoil being created by Donald Trump and are wondering how that's going to affect their lives. They're worried about job losses. They're worried about things already being so expensive getting even more expensive. And in all of that, the question is, who's going to fight for you and your family? Who's going to stand up for everyday people, not the billionaires? Who's going to put working class people, middle class people first, not the CEOs and the executives? And who is that? That's right. You know what New Democrats believe? We believe that we are better off when we take care of each other. We're better off when we look out for one another. We're better off when we lift each other up. We know how to get through a difficult time. We know how to get through stormy weather. We get through difficult times and the storm that is being represented by Donald Trump and the attacks on our country by looking after our neighbors, by taking care of one another and lifting each other up. So, in this time, hey, that's not true, brother. That's not true, brother. That's, yeah. That's not. Thank you. NDP. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. The love of the NDP. So listen, what we know is in this time, the other options. What are the other options out there? While people are hurting right now, we've got Pierre Poilievre, whose proposal, his plan in this difficult time when people are already hurting is to cut the things that you need, to cut healthcare, right? To cut pensions. That's his plan, to cut pensions for seniors. He wants to cut healthcare. He wants to cut dental care that seniors have just received, that kids just got. He wants to cut the things that people need. And Canadians are looking at that and saying, you know, that's not good for me. That's not good for my families. That's not good for our country. And then they start looking at Mark Carney. And sadly, he's also talking about cuts. He's proposing big cuts. In fact, $43 billion in cuts. And longtime liberals are saying that's his plan, to cut the things you need. He's proposing to cut the operating budget. And he said what's in that. He said that's health care, that's pensions, that's transfers. Is that what we need right now? No. He's also someone who was the chair of a large corporate landlord that he was the chair of that not just a couple months ago, really, up until January, that profited off of the housing crisis, right? I'm worried that that's not someone that's going to fix the problem when they profited off the problem. They purposely found affordable apartment buildings, and they called them depressed assets and said, you know what? People are paying $1,000 a month rent in Toronto. We could probably triple that and make more money, right? They went after hardworking Canadians. They went after them to make more money off their backs. And I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. And then he's also the chair of a company where he managed funds personally, where they purposely registered in other countries to avoid paying their fair share, right? Billions of dollars of tax evasion. In fact, Brookfield Investments, the company he was a chair of, was one of the biggest tax dodgers in our country. So I don't think that's someone that's actually going to stop these offshore tax havens. He's not someone that's going to stop big corporations from not paying their fair share. He's going to support them. That's what he's done. And that's not the right thing to do right now. That's not going to help us out in this difficult time. And so here's what we're proposing. If you believe that everyone in our country should have a good job, that one job should be enough to be able to have a roof over your head, to be able to put food on the table, have a fridge full of groceries, be able to save up for a rainy day, maybe save up for a vacation, or to take your loved ones out for a special treat. If you believe that that's possible and that's the kind of Canada we want to build, vote for New Democrats, send us to Ottawa, and we'll do that. If you believe, my friends, if you believe that we can cap the price of groceries to bring them down, make them more affordable, vote NDP. If you believe we can ban corporate landlords from buying up affordable homes, vote NDP. My friends, if you believe that we should defend our public universal health care against privatization, against those who want to profit off of pain, vote NDP. My friends, we know that the things that we're proud of in this country, the greatest things that we have, like our universal health care, pensions, old age security, employment insurance, each one of these things that Canadians are proud of only happened because Canadians voted for New Democrats, sent us to Ottawa, and we fought to make those happen. People voted for us, we did it. The dental care that we brought in, dental care was only possible because Canadians voted for New Democrats, they voted for us, voted for 25 of us, sent us to Ottawa, and we delivered dental care. The first expansion. And I just want to give you an example of what dental care meant. I'm going to share the story of Sue. Sue is, her name was Susan, but she insists I call her Sue, so I'm going to call her Sue. She's a woman I met in Ottawa, senior, living on a fixed income, retired, and a cancer survivor. She beat her cancer, but as a result of the chemotherapy and the treatment that she got, she lost her teeth. So I was at the dentist's office with her, and she had a picture with her when she was talking to the dentist. I was there with her. I was really honored to be there. She said, I lost my smile, and here's a picture of it. I want to get my smile back. And the dentist looked at her and said, I'm going to get that smile back for you. It's going to be covered by this dental care program. And I was with her when she broke down in tears of joy to say, you know what? That's going to give me back my dignity. That's going to give me back my smile. That's what we did for Sue and for millions of Canadians like Sue because of you, because you voted for New Democrats. So my friends, we know that Ottawa works best when one party doesn't have all the power. Ottawa works best when you send strong New Democrats fighting for everyday people. So are you ready to send some more New Democrats to Ottawa? Are you ready to send Norm Di Pasquale? Are you ready to get out there and knock on doors? Spread the word. Let them know that people deserve someone that's going to fight for them, not for the CEOs. Let's get out there and do it, my friends. And let's send a message here. I'm going to say one more quick thing. I'm going to say I'm hanging out here in Toronto with a couple of friends that make a lot of noise, all right? Okay, all right. Hey, friends, we're hanging out here in Toronto with Norm Di Pasquale and a couple of friends. Woo! Yeah! That was awesome. Thank you so much, everybody.